Can AI replace humans? So today I did a test and I wanted to see if No Man's Sky we could recreate the idea of this game using AI art. All right, so I put in some prompts like No Man's Sky, world, things like that, and I want to show you what I came up with, see if, AI can basically create concept art for games that we love. So here we have No Man's Sky. This is the first image, and it is very interesting. It's got a lot of flora on this planet. I wanted to see if I can create something like No Man's Sky planet, and seeing if we can create the vibe of it. And I feel like if I was playing No Man's Sky, I could be in this world. They look like the carbon color that you would collect carbon pieces from, especially from the original No Man's Sky, the one I played the most of. So this one definitely has a vibe that feels like in the background you see like a planet. It almost looks like also clouds and potentially other spaceship floating around the background. So it definitely has a No Man's Sky vibe for me. The next thing I did was, obviously you can't trust the Geck. And so I tried to create the Geck from the game by putting in No Man's Sky Geck. And this is one of the things that came up. It definitely has the vibe of a Geck. It doesn't necessarily have the right color, but it definitely has the shape, and it reminds me of them. And the Geck in the game were something that I really thought was funny. I had this weird thing where I would say like I don't trust the Geck. So this is an example of AI creating this Geck, and I can see it in the game. And Linky is here because he doesn't trust Gecks either. Then of course we have the portal. I created this portal in the AI program, and to me this looks like a portal that we were hunting for in the game. Surrounded by this red area, this red planet. You see some sort of spaceship in the background. It almost looks like a black hole around it. The portal also is somewhat see-through, like you can walk through it. You could potentially explore it. Obviously unlocking it, we know in the original No Man's Sky was incredibly difficult, so because you couldn't do it. So here we are with this portal that I created using AI, and I feel like it recreated something very reminiscent of a portal in that game. Now it almost looks like a painting in some ways, like an oil painting, the way that the sides of it's like that orange background sky mixed in with somewhat looks like mountains, but it definitely feels like there could even be sentinels in this floating around. Like instead of being a ship up there, that could be a sentinel. In front of there, it could be a sentinel. Even the structure that's close to the camera here, it looks like it could be some sort of carbon deposit. And I really like the way this one turned out. It's got the colors nailed right down to the blue and the red, and it's a really nice image. And we also did another portal because I love portals so much in this game. So we created another one. This is a little different. It definitely does look like a portal. It doesn't give me No Man's Sky feels as much, but we did do a portal that was like, I want to include it in the video because it does have the energy of the portal's there, but these triangular pyramid shaped things around it don't feel as much No Man's Sky. Same with the color of the background, the color of the world and the sky doesn't give me that No Man's Sky energy, but I want to include it anyways because I thought it looked like a pretty cool portal. It looked like something that could be in the game, but the surrounding area, I don't remember ever encountering a world like this, especially when I was playing the game in the beginning. But I thought I'd bring it in, and I'm curious what you guys think, which portal you actually like better and looks more like No Man's Sky to you. Then we come to one of my favorite images in this collection. This looks like a ship that you could have bought or found and repaired in No Man's Sky. Behind it has this giant world, but it almost looks like it's being sucked into a black hole. You're like right above the clouds. You have this ship that it looks like one of those larger, slower cargo ships that you could collect in the game. I definitely like the way it looks. It feels like No Man's Sky. It feels like there's also a sentinel floating in the sky up there. I think of all the pictures, I think the Portal one and this one give me the most No Man's Sky vibes. It's funny how easily, or not easily, but like so interesting how the AI can recreate something like this and bring back memories based on just an image. And using this, I feel like you can easily create concept art for other games when you're trying to explain yourself to you know, an artist. You know, if you want to say, oh, you know, I want to create a game a certain way, you can maybe use one of these programs and then create concept art for a game that you want to create, or other things in that direction as well. So it's a very interesting program, the ability that you can do this. There are some questionable things that some people mention about AI art, but I personally think it's pretty cool. I really like what you can do and create, and it really like sparks something in my brain when I create. Well, I'm not creating it, but my words and prompts create something, or give the AI something to create with, and it's really interesting. And of course, we got Sean Murray. Now listen, Sean Murray's got a pretty cool comeback story. I was pretty disappointed early on in No Man's Sky. If you guys were following my channel back then, I was not happy. But seeing as the game has come pretty much a full 180 and has done amazing things for, you know, what it was supposed to be to what it ended up being, I think it's very impressive. They did a good job considering the amount of hate they got and the way the game was released. So I thought I'd do a little Sean Murray No Man's Sky AI, and this is what it came up with. I think it's got his energy. I wish I could make him talk. That'd be funny. But this is our Sean Murray AI recreates. And then I was like, okay, this is the last image. Let's see if we can recreate the No Man's Sky box cover art. And that's the prompt that I gave it. It looks like there's flying ships in the background. There's moons, potentially other planets. It looks like smoke coming off the ground in the distance. That's like maybe a spaceship taking off. I feel like that could be your character in the bottom right, and it could be a sentinel or crashed ship in the bottom left, the one that like you first start out, you have to go and inspect. And then you got the red world, which I think is like pretty iconic when it comes to No Man's Sky. So I really like the way that this turned out. I like the teal color as well in the sky. It definitely has the No Man's Sky palette. Now imagine we're gonna take this No Man's Sky logo and just slap it on there and see, what do you think? Does it look like it could be box art for this game, or at least concept box art? So yeah, that's I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think that this AI recreates No Man's Sky, looks like stuff that comes from the game, could have came from the game, is something that you potentially could see in the game? I'm really curious what you guys think. You have to leave me a comment and let me know. I would give these a 7.5 AI brains out of 10, because it has the right color palette, it has the alien energy, it has these worlds and the different moons in the background, especially the portal. I love that one. It definitely gave me the vibes that like I'm in the world again. And so it's really, really cool. You'll have to let me know if this reminds you of anything else, and you'll have to let me know what you think.